Welcome to the All-in-One channel. I'm Kelley Rosano, and this is Scorpio, July 2012. Scorpio, we start off the month with the Sun in Cancer, and that is a sister sign to Scorpio. It forms the grand water trine between Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So when the Sun is in Cancer, it pours positive energy flow into Scorpio, the Scorpio Sun, the Scorpio Ascendant, and any planets you have in Scorpio. And this is good for you. Now, when the Sun is in Cancer, it activates the area of life that has to do with your future vision, expansion of consciousness, long-distance travel, your beliefs, higher education. And this is a fun area too. It's a very fun area. So having the Sun there is very uplifting for you at this time. When the Sun goes into Cancer, it's uplifting for the Scorpio and Pisces. Now Mars goes into Libra on July 3rd, and this activates the area of your life that has to do with behind the scenes. What's going on behind the scenes? Saturn is also there, but Saturn is direct now, and Saturn will be heading for your ascendant, heading for Scorpio on October 5th. And that's going to be a very powerful time, because when Saturn is in our own sign, it initiates a new 30-year cycle for us. When Saturn crosses the ascendant, it's one of the most powerful transits we can experience. When Saturn conjuncts our Sun, it's one of the most powerful transits we can experience. So October is going to be a very powerful time coming into your birthday cycle in late October, November. Right now, Mars is in the area of your life that has to do with working behind the scenes, cleaning up the past, cleaning up any unfinished business, focusing on your hidden strength, not being frustrated by any setbacks or limitations or restrictions that you're experiencing right now. And Mars is, it's nice that he's now in Libra because he's been in Virgo for 8 months. But it's not his happiest place because Mars is very single focus. Mars is the I. I can do this. I can accomplish that. Libra is the we. No, we're going to do it together. We have to consider others. We're going to do this with all together, all of us. So Mars gets a little frustrated with that. And then we also have the full moon on July 3rd. So Mars enters Libra on the 3rd, and then we have the Capricorn full moon on the 3rd. And this is activating the area of your life that has to do with short distance travel. So your attitude, your intellect, your perception, that's all being activated. How you see the world, how you communicate with others, short distance travel, travel within a 100-mile radius, and long distance travel as well, because the Sun's up there in the area of long distance travel. So your travel houses are activated. This is a good time for you to travel. It's a good time for you to expand your network. It's a good time for you to be writing, communicating, teaching, visiting with others, having others visit with you, traveling to others, having others travel to you. Now the challenge with this full moon is it activates the Pluto-Uranus square. So the full moon is activating Pluto, and Pluto is squaring Uranus. So Uranus is in the area of your life that has to do with your work habits, your health habits, your lifestyle, how you feed yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Remember, our wealth is in our health. I don't care how much money you have. If you don't feel good, what good is it, right? So Pluto is, and Uranus, okay, so they really want for you to look at your attitude, okay, because the challenge with Scorpio is you guys rule our shadow side. We all have a shadow side. Okay, we all have an 8th house. That's the Scorpio house. We all have a shadow. You guys rule it. So it's very natural for you guys to always say, hey, the glass half full. Okay. However, with Uranus in your health and work house, this can be holding you back. So what self-limiting attitudes are holding you back? Do you see the glass half full? Can you retrain your brain to see the positive in things? You see, the glass is half full, not half empty, right? And so That's what Pluto and Uranus are doing with you right now. They're really pulling you into focusing on your attitude, you know, how you limit yourself through, you know, self-limiting beliefs, self-limiting attitudes, focusing on the negative instead of focusing on the positive. And I know there's a lot going on in the world that's very easy to focus on the negative. It's very easy to. That's why we're not supposed to do it, because that's the easy thing to do. The part that requires self-mastery is the part to focus on the positive, to focus on what you can do, to be proactive. And you want to be proactive because if you're looking to move up in your work, to get work, to increase your clientele, to increase your health, well-being, and vitality, that's where this is going to come from. So Pluto is also in the area of the lower mind. How you talk to yourself, how you talk to others, how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with others. And Pluto is regeneration, regenerating our attitude, regenerating how we think, how we talk, how we communicate with others. So there's this huge regeneration going on in your mind, with your mind, how your mind is structured. And it has to do with your lifestyle, your health habits, your diet habits, how you feed yourself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And this is being activated at the full moon on the 3rd. And any of us that have planets, points, and houses in our charts that have Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn between 5 degrees and 12 degrees are going to be feeling this energy greatly. Okay? Last week of June and the first 3 weeks of July are going to be really intense. We are at the crest of an evolutionary tidal wave that has been building for years. And the first exact Pluto-Uranus square was June 24th. And that's the first of 7 squares. Then the Sun went into Cancer and opposed Pluto and squared Uranus on June 29th. So every time a planet goes around and kicks those two off, the big bad wolf Uranus and the grumpy old man Pluto, you know, it not only is a square, but it's now 2 squares, okay, and an opposition. So it's very intense right now. And the cosmic message is everything must change. Everything must evolve or dissolve. What is not built in love and truth will dissolve. Are you ready to make real changes, Scorpio? Do you trust yourself, your gut instincts, your intuition, your inner knowing? It's very important to trust your gut instinct. Remember, the body is the messenger. What is your body telling you? Uranus is pushing our drive for freedom, innovation, and reform, propelling us out of the cultural conditioning to make a giant leap into the future. Pluto, your ruling planet, is showing us what's been hidden or denied, forcing us to face our shadow side. We all have a shadow side, and it's not about disowning it, it's about embracing it. That's what creates wholeness, is embracing all parts of self. Pluto also teaches us about power, how we get power, how we use power, how we keep our power, or how we give our power away. Now, the world does not give us power. This world, this third dimension, doesn't give us power. It doesn't give us self-esteem. It doesn't give us self-worth. That's something we give ourselves. And how do we give it to ourselves? We claim it. Claim your authority, Scorpio. You're a powerful sign. Claim your self-esteem. Claim your self-worth. That's how you get it. You claim it. Claim your power. Historically, Pluto and Uranus greatly accelerate social and technological breakthroughs. And Pluto and Uranus are affecting the part of your life that has to do with how you think and communicate, your self-talk, how you talk to self, how you talk to others, your lifestyle, your work habits, and your health habits. Uranus turns retrograde on July 13th through December 13th, forcing us to look at what has been keeping us enslaved, because Uranus rules freedom. Where do you need more freedom? You need more freedom in your work life. You need more freedom in your lifestyle. You need more freedom in your health habits, your diet habits, your psychological diet. So this is the area where Uranus is calling for freedom. And a lot of times, well, a lot of times, there are things that are beyond our control. We can't control the economy. We can't control, what the 1% are doing, who they're hiring or not hiring. And so your power lies in what you can do to take care of you. Now, Mercury the Messenger turns retrograde at 13 degrees Leo from July 14th through August 8th. And this is helping us discern, are we living from our ego, fear, or are we living from our heart, essence, love? We can either come from love or fear. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So Mercury rules the lower mind. Uranus rules the higher mind, our genius, our breakthroughs. And Uranus and Mercury are calling us to be courageous and creative. And so this is going on in the area of your life that has to do with your career, your destiny, your legacy in the world. So you're really thinking about what you're doing in your reputation in the world, your work in the world, your career. And this is a good time for you to rethink things, rethink your strategy, okay? It will help your lifestyle. So this is going on in your career. You're really rethinking your career. Now, if you've been out of work and you want to take a job, do it. Don't wait. But make sure you read the fine print, okay? Because when we get married or take a job or buy a house or buy a car, I don't recommend buying a car under Mercury retrograde. It rules cars. It rules transportation. You don't want to do it. Wait on it. Wait on getting a car until after August 8th. But if you have to take a job right now, do it, okay? The reason is you want to wait is because Mercury means redo. So anything we do under a retrograde, we will redo later. And so it's a really good time to double check the facts, make revisions and reconsiderations. Take your time when making important decisions. You're going to have plenty of time after August 8th to launch a new business, take a new job, get married, buy a house, anything you're thinking of doing. We are riding the waves of change. And at the Cancer new moon on July 19th, Mars at 8 degrees Libra is now opposing Uranus. This is very intense and very powerful. And it's activating your subconscious mind. So any hidden frustrations that you've been carrying could come out at this time. Mars and Pluto rules passion and willpower. Mars is our personal desire. Pluto is our divine will. Yeah, Pluto rules our divine will if we have our ego in check. As long as we have our ego in check, the shadow in check, okay? We can have healthy ego. And that's not what I talk about when I talk about ego. I'm talking about the negative ego, the fear-based ego. Pluto rules divine will. And Mars opposed Uranus is drive for freedom. But it also invokes rashness and intolerance and impatience. Mars square Pluto rules reform. But it also rules ruthlessness and domination and violence. This can be a very intense cycle. And violence includes language. It's not just physical violence. Violence is anything that causes separation. So what we think and say can either wound or heal. So are you using your words and your intentions to empower others, to strengthen others, to heal others, or are you using them to wound others, to hurt others, to disempower, fear, love, or fear? And this is activating the area of your life that has to do with your own subconscious and your mind. So anything that you've been tolerating, that you've been putting up with, could explode onto the surface now. And you want to take that energy and put it into your workouts, okay? Put it into your health and well-being. Put it into working out. Don't approach people when you're really angry, okay? Don't approach people, when you've really, you've had it, okay? You've had it. Now you're going to, tell him or her what you really think, or tell them what you really think. It's not the best approach with this energy because it's so intense and it creates violence. It really is a good approach to take that energy and write it out, okay? then rip it up. Unless you got love in there, okay? But do you know what I'm saying? Is that it's really about allowing the energy to go and be channeled into productive ways rather than negative ways that could come back to bite you later, okay? Now, Saturn is in Libra, squaring the new moon in Cancer on the 19th. And normally we say, oh, squares, we don't like squares. But you know what? This is a good square, because squares call us to make changes, especially in Libra. Saturn is calling us to make changes through peaceful means, practicing nonviolence. Be mindful of our thoughts and words and deeds. So Saturn's saying, hey, everybody, chill out. I know this Uranus Pluto is calling us, Uranus Pluto Mars is calling us to, tell people where they can, where they can take it, you know that expression, tell people what they can do with it, right? But that isn't necessarily the best approach to take right now, especially since language and words can really hurt people. And we don't want to hurt anybody. We want to empower people. And if people are negative with us, we just don't engage with them, okay? We don't feed the beast. So whatever's building up in you, and this is taking place in the unconscious and the subconscious, and that's 90% of our brain. So what's been beneath the surface, what's been brewing, could explode now out into the surface. And, you're so powerful, you could level the field. So be aware that you want to take that frustration or, righteous indignation, and you want to channel it in productive ways. Go march with Wall Street. Go jogging, go biking, do things that channel the energy in productive ways and feed you back in healthy, positive ways. Now, the Cancer new moon that's taking place in your house, an area of life that has to do with future vision, spirituality, beliefs, and long-distance travel, is asking for you to take care of your inner needs. What do you need, Scorpio, to feel safe, secure, and balanced? We act out in negative ways through ignorance and exhaustion. Many folks are deeply asleep at this time to the enormous changes taking place. Prime Creator is using all of this astrology to pour the goddess, love, light, divine energy through us. It's a cleansing fire. We're being pulled through the eye of the needle. And it's painful at times. It's excruciating at times. And it's squeezing us from the inside out. And anything that's not built in love and truth is dissolving. And as a result, those that are still asleep are acting out in bizarre ways, negative ways. So, you don't want to engage them. You don't want to engage those that are acting out in strange ways or negative ways. Practice boundaries and compassion. Compassion for self, compassion for others. Retaliation only fuels the fire, only fuels the negative, and creates more negativity. It takes two to fight. If someone's trying to start a fight and we don't engage them, they go home and fight with themselves, and that's really who the fight's with anyway. Now, the good news is on July 21st, there's an enthusiastic Jupiter-Uranus sextile, bubbling with brightness, igniting original perspective, and this is happening in the area of your life that has to do with the money you receive from others, your partner's resources, and so there could be some money coming in here for you through your work, because Uranus is in the area of your life that has to do with your work, and Jupiter is in the area of your life that has to do with receiving money from others. So there's the positive right there, okay? And then the sun goes into expressive Leo the Lion on July 22nd, encouraging playfulness and creative self-expression. And Leo rules the 10th house of destiny, what you do in the world. So when the sun goes into Leo, your career is on the up. So by the later part of July, by the last week in July, things are going to start moving forward. Things are going to start lightening up. And the focus on work and what you do in the world is going to start being lit for you. And that's good news. July is an intense month, especially the first 3 weeks. We are being pulled into the future. Let go of what no longer serves you. And remember, every adversity, every setback, every challenge, every handicap carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Look for the value and benefits in your life. Focus on what you can do and let go of what you have no control over. Responsibility is the ability to respond. Be proactive. You're only responsible for what you have control over. You have no responsibility for people that you have, other people, what they say or do. Okay? Your responsibility is in what you say and do. Are you using your words and intentions to heal, love, and stay out of fear, the ego? Remain proactive and positive. Your future is very bright. Thank you for watching, Scorpio. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. Thank you for your comments, your letters, and feedback. When you feedback on YouTube, it also gives other people a chance to feedback with you, because I don't always get a chance to comment back. And this way we're building community. And there's so much wisdom, life experience, and knowledge to share with all of us. All are one. Thank you to all my clients. You're totally awesome. If you would like to work with me, the link is below. You click on the PayPal page. You choose the length of the session that you want. Once I see you've made that commitment, I send you my schedule. You choose the day and the time that you want, and then we're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Scorpio, keep looking up.